The Diary of Jassian Cyrilin Lyris de Civis, Far the 17th of Lavion.
Grace sailed us up to the foot of the Shadow Crag Mountains. She is most knowledgeable about the local lands, and has already taught me much about the ways of Rangers of the West. At the mountain pass, we were met by traveling merchants, led by a tabaxi wizard, who agreed to take us over the mountains. We were scarcely half the morn into our climb over the mountains when the good-for-nothing varmints showed their true colors and tried their hand at highway robbery. A sleep spell dispatched her 2 thugs, and Flacken 3 made quick work of the pyromaniacal feline magician. We set him straight and finished crossing the border. On the other side, we met Badger and Rhine, the real merchants who had also been tricked by the varmints. Now we face the wood together, and they have offered to take us to the grove of guardian trees. Hopefully, these hosts will prove more trustworthy than our last ones.
Welcome to Uphill Rolling, Campaign 1, Episode 2. Uphill Rolling is an actual play Dungeons & Dragons 5e podcast. Let's get into it. Hi, my name is Bodhi. I'm your dungeon master, and my pronouns are they, them.
Hi, I'm Hazel. I'm playing Flack, the Goblin Rogue Artificer. Hi.
Oh, me. Hello, I am Niels, is my name. I play 3. That's not the number of characters I play, that's the name of the character. I only play 1 character.
Hi everybody, I'm Joel. I'm playing Jassian Cyrilin Lyris de Civis, our halfling bard.
Let's play a game. Badger and Rain are leading you through the forest, keeping the Shadow Crags on your left. You're well into the travelling day. They're pulling the cart behind them.
So we're heading northeast?
Yeah.
Who are these couple of folks? Guess I should ask them. Yeah, I guess Jassian's gonna strike up a conversation as we're walking through the forest and say, so Badger, Ryan, how is it you'll come to live in these woods?
Oh, did Grace not tell you?
Not too much. She was fairly sparse on the details.
That sounds like the Gashkala. We're the Wardens of the Wood. We're a druid clan. We live in the Eldin Reaches. We look after the forest and the fauna here.
Huh, you don't say. So y'all are druids?
Yeah, most of us.
Wow. You know, 3's been hopping up and down, getting a chance to meet some of y'all folk.
It was a pleasure to meet you too.
I'm a tree. I'm still just staring enraptured at the new vines circling around me.
Are you like growing now or something?
I think so.
Cool.
The
The vines are definitely alive.
It's like wrapped around your like inner power core, and it's now going like boom, boom, like a heart.
That's awesome.
You ever know what's like in your family lineage until you look into it? Hey, didn't know you were part tree? I mean, I knew parts of you were trees, but is that rude? That parts of you were trees and you're part... I don't know. It's complicated. Let's not think about that too much.
I guess we're all part tree if you go back far enough.
No, I don't think I am.
No.
No.
Didn't they say that like all
Just 'cause I'm green.
Grew out of the land, that the land was once covered with nothing but...
Oh, so we're like cousins with trees.
Yeah, kind of thing.
No, I can go with that. That makes sense here.
I mean, you all gotta go real far back. But, yeah, I heard that somewhere.
Somewhere. Was it school? Did you learn it in school? Or did you just hear it in a bar or something?
In
So if
the
it was a
library.
bar.
No, this was House Civis Library. Some theorists said that they reckons, all the peoples of the world, they kind of grew up and changed from different animals over time. But if you trace it back, it's like one great family tree reaching all the way back to the first organism.
That's nice to think about. I wonder why everyone hates each other now then.
Yeah, funny world that.
It's not like brotherly squabbles or anything either, because well, back when it's not like that. She kind of like zones out and like daydreams away.
I think you're onto something there, though, Flag. People thought of each other as family. Might do them a favor.
What?
It's just the house is alive, don't worry about it.
If you go far back enough.
So you're walking along, and suddenly Rain raises their arm and goes, shh, and leaps behind a log and ducks down.
I find something similar to hide behind, but not that one.
I'll duck behind a tree.
You'll duck behind me.
3 just stands really still.
Considering doing that, actually.
Apparently I can do that because I'm a halfling. I'm small enough to hide behind other people. So you're like standing right there, but I'm hidden behind you. But you could pass for a tree, maybe.
You could pass.
I can pass for a tree. Alright. Roll for pass for tree. Oh, I don't have my dice. Roll for tree. 12 plus whatever stat is relevant to being a tree.
Okay, this is interesting. I'd say roll deception, unless 3 really truly believes that they are in fact a tree, in which case roll performance.
Nice.
Persuade them you are a tree.
Deception is higher, but I'm rolling performance.
Nice.
11.
11, and you 2 rolls stealth.
Okay.
I also got 11. She's not used to this environment.
Yosh. I got 18.
Cool. So, Rain and Flack, you both successfully duck behind some foliage. 3, you just freeze so still that you barely perceptible, and Jessian just steps in behind you. Badger is a little slow on the uptake because they were pulling the cart along behind them and perhaps daydreaming. And there's a rustle and a herd of velociraptors come trudging through the foliage. Most of them are about 3's height. There are some smaller ones crunching leaves and branches under their talons, and they turn and look and see Badger, and Badger just freezes and doesn't move.
What do we know about raptors?
Roll,
Do like a nature check or something?
roll a nature check.
Yeah, I failed one. I'm gonna whisper at Rain. What the heck are those? How'd you do?
20 total.
Oh, nice.
No, 19.
This ain't your first raptor rodeo.
I bet raptor rodeo is a thing which she would do.
That would be extreme.
Right? He's trying to butt you.
Flag's like, oh, this is a great specimen. Just gets out your lasso.
Hey, buddies.
I mean, you joke. She literally does have snare as a spell. She can literally lasso things with magic.
So with a 20 nature,
19. Sorry.
a 19. Yeah, you know that these particular velociraptors are called clawfoot. What's the plural? I think it's just clawfoot, not claw feet. So clawfoots are quite common in the Talenta Plains, but are also found all over Eberron. The ones in the Talenta Plains are often captured and trained by the halfling tribes that live there, and they're used as mounts. So they can be tamed, but these ones look pretty wild and not currently vicious. It would be similar to us encountering a herd of wild horses, right? It's not like you're just going to jump on one and it'll know how to...
Well, Breath of the Wild has taught us anything. You do exactly that. But this is also like carnivorous predator horses.
Yes, yeah.
Should we be
That's
scared
really scary.
of them?
Yeah.
Horses are scary enough, right?
Yeah, right? The big teeth.
They hunt in packs, but these ones at the moment do not seem particularly... They're not displaying hunting tactics, they just seem to be kind of wandering. They turn and look at Badger and their nostrils flare and... One of the smaller ones that looks like a newborn, a new hatchling, starts trotting towards Badger, and one of the larger ones nips at its side and it falls in line quickly, and they start to move on. What did you whisper to Rain?
What the heck are those?
Rain doesn't answer you until the herd has passed. There's maybe a couple dozen, and as the last one's tail disappears beyond the tree line, Rain goes, Those are clawfoot. They're normally not aggressive, but if you encounter them in a bad season with low hunting, they're carnivores.
These ones seem alright, though.
Yeah.
Pretty friendly.
Only if you don't get too close. Especially their hatchlings. They get quite protective when the young ones are so small.
Whew. Is there any kind of like threat display that would like chase them off if they get a bit cheeky?
I wouldn't threaten them. In the forest, we can always climb trees. They're not very good at climbing on account of their kind of short front arms. They can leap quite high, though. You'd need to get pretty far up.
Good to know.
But no, don't threaten them. They will fight back. They can be quite snippy.
Interesting. And they were like 3's height, you said?
The adults,
Yeah. So you'd have to get to a pretty decent branch.
Yeah. Well, the halflings use them as mounts, so they're
I like them.
quite large.
Can't say why. Cute. Don't you think?
In a way, yeah.
Kind of cute.
I reckon the little one would make a good pet.
Oh, yeah, I think you're right.
Parents wouldn't like it much, though. But...
They don't stay little.
That'd be awful for the carpet, though.
I don't think I've got much carpet left at this point. Yeah, but then when it gets big, you can ride it and stuff, you know? It's like,
Amazing.
it's a pet when it's little, and it's a vehicle when it's older. I know. Anyway, shall we?
I think it stays a pet. It's just a larger pet.
Transformer, raptor in disguise.
In disguise. You put a wig on it. No, it's a horse, big horse. Lovely.
Cool. You carry on. Jessian, can you roll me a survival?
Not very high. Let's see. Yeah, survival 7.
Yep. There are trees.
Several.
I'm well out of my depth in this place because I'm a city slicker, right? So
Yeah.
this whole place is just like, wow.
So you would just notice what the others eventually notice as well. So all of you, Jessian, you did have that talk all night with Grace where she was teaching you about the stars and how to navigate by them. But it's daylight now and you're in a forest, so it's quite a different environment. But as you walk along, as the day goes by, you see kind of a dead tree here or there, and you don't think much of it until after some more walking, they get more frequent and more frequent.
Dead of what? Can we investigate them?
Yeah.
Like,
you
have they
wanna-
just been, like, chopped down, or is it, like, disease or something? Do you want investigation on nature?
Yeah. Sorry, my audio looked really low.
Oh.
I'm trying to do my sound and tell narrative storytelling at the same time.
Let's get the sound fixed first, otherwise we lose the narrative.
Yeah. Okay, got it.
Is it just yours, or is it? Oh.
No, it was just my channel.
Okay.
Cool.
What did you do,
Check. So you want to investigate... What do you do, Niels? You want to investigate one of the trees? Yeah, roll survival or nature.
I'll go with nature. That is 18.
Okay. Will you tell me what would Flack know about trees?
Well, because it's a prime building material, you know what to look for signs of, like, when it's going to be brittle, you know, if it's not healthy or anything. So she'd know, like, telltale signs of diseases that weaken things. If it's been cut, like, against a grain poorly, it's going to be brittle and it's going to flake, you know. So it'd be, like, either is it, like, a disease, or has it been cut down for a purpose, or just knocked over or something.
Yeah, so it definitely hasn't been cut down. They look like you reach out and pull a branch and it just snaps clean off. And you look inside, the branch is very light, the wood looks rotten. You touch the bark of the main trunk and it just scrapes away and flakes away. It's almost as like they're decaying from the inside out. So the best you could tell would be some kind of disease. They seem to kind of be in clumps now, so perhaps it's one that kind of is communicated. Is that what happens with diseases?
Communicable disease.
Communicable.
I think you're right. Right? You can communicate disease.
It's localized spread.
To the others, it doesn't look... You know, it doesn't look like they've been struck by lightning. It's not fire damage. It seems to be something... It goes all the way down to the roots. It seems to be coming from the core of the tree itself.
I'll flag down a Badger or Rain, I guess Rain, because Badger's pulling the wagon. They're like, Miss Warden, protector of trees and that. What's wrong with these trees?
Yes, we aren't sure. This is what we wanted to show you. If you start wondering, well, if we tried to take you to Greenheart, it wouldn't work.
It wouldn't work? It wouldn't let us there?
Yes. It started a few months ago. It was just a few trees to begin with, and it seems to be spreading now. We just thought it was a new disease that had been introduced, and our biggest, strongest healers tried their best, but it's other things as well. The woods, they got weird. Have you heard of Araway?
Have I heard of Araway?
Roll religion.
17.
Yeah, so Araway is the goddess of fertility and life and nature. It's one of the major pantheon gods. The major pantheon in Corvair is called the Sovereign Host.
Araway, fertility, what else, sorry?
Fertility, life, and nature.
Yeah, I knew the one.
Araway is the one who brings life to the forest, who makes the trees grow and the water run and the creatures thrive. And she must...
Someone pissed her off.
Possibly. We just thought she disappeared. Her emissary, the Kirin that lives on the mountain, hasn't been seen in months. We're trying to figure it out. This has never happened before. We're a bit out of our depth. Even Olin, the High Druid, doesn't know what's going on, and he's been around forever.
You say the mountain emissary? What mountain?
They just point at the Shadow Crags, kind of one of the highest peaks. It's a mountain range.
Yeah.
So one of them, the highest peak of the Shadow Crags,
Naturally,
which you can see from where you are.
Is it on our way?
You're kind of heading towards it, but you're not just at the base of the mountain range at this point. You are kind of heading in more into the forest.
There's a good amount of forest between us and there, eh?
Yeah, at this point.
I knew. Why didn't someone just go up and look for him?
Oh, we did. We've sent people. They're just gone.
They don't come back.
We don't communicate with the Kirin. But when you sight them, when you sight the Kirin, it's good luck, good harvest, and
Is that like a title, or is that a race? Is that like what is Kirin? Are Kirin, a Kirin, of Kirin, at Kirin?
The key room.
you can roll Arcana if you want, but also I understand you're asking Rain.
18.
Cool. So I think you would have heard of them before. You know that they're powerful magical beings, but it's never been clear to you if they're myth or legend or actually exist. But
Beings.
beings,
Not like a person, huh?
they have a physical form.
Yeah. More like an animal or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
But they're
a particular shape, like is it like it's a magical stag, it's a magical eel, it's a
Yeah,
Squirrel.
so some stories say they look like unicorns, some say they look like stags or doe, some say they look more draconic with scales. They're always quadrupeds and always majestic creatures.
you ain't seen none of these creatures, never?
Have I seen a Kirin?
Yeah.
Occasionally, again, before this all started happening, they gesture to the dying trees that are becoming more and more frequent now.
So it's a real bad sign. The Kirin ain't where they're supposed to be.
I mean, definitely. Sometimes they disappear for a while, but this hasn't happened before, so we worry that it's not gone on purpose, not gone willingly or voluntarily.
It's bad omen.
It's more than that, I think.
So they might be migratory. Maybe something stopped them coming back? If they disappear sometimes for a bit, maybe, I don't know. Oh, maybe it's some of those other, like, cannibal tribes, carrion tribes. Maybe they tried and eat them.
I don't think there'd be any match for the Kirin. The Kirin is majestic and glorious and
What if it fell into one of the portals and it's trapped in hell?
Huh.
Unfortunately, that is possible.
Should talk to Grace about that, maybe.
I'm
Do
not
they ever do rescues of people that have gone in? Or do
not
they
that
just,
I
like,
know
stop?
of.
That wouldn't work then.
No, because you don't know when the portal might close. These rifts, some of them are open for years or even decades, some of them just for a day. You wouldn't want to go in and never be able to come out again. It's
That
too,
would be
too
inconvenient.
risky.
So everyone's too chicken to really go look and see where they are.
We don't know if the Kirin of Araway is even in another dimension or
Fair.
is still
That's
here.
my bad. That's a doozy.
Maybe we talk to that druid guy. He might know a bit more if he's been around forever. That Olin you mentioned? Olin?
Olean.
This,
Oleon.
Oalian.
Oalion.
IAN.
IAN.
So this Olean, he over at the Grove.
Yes. We'll be there soon. We'll introduce you.
Guess we better ask that fella.
Yeah. Are you looking to help? I just thought we'd try and get you as close to Greenheart as we can.
Well, if the forest won't let us through, then kind of got to fix the forest to get through.
Yeah. The
Seems
other
expedient way.
that would be fantastic. The other option is just following the Shadow Crags to the end. I think you can still get out that way and get around. You know, we still deliver goods to Grace, and she's still had contact with some of the expeditions up north. So we're not trapped here
Yeah.
per se.
It's just the direct route is less direct.
What do you reckon, 3? Should we go hit up this high druid fella?
This is not what trees are supposed to look like.
Correct.
I'm gonna like do a double take and look at Rain and be like, did you look like that?
Are you pointing at the 3?
At the decaying, dying trees.
Oh.
They don't look like that normally, right?
Oh no, this is bad.
This is bad.
This is...
Then maybe we should try to make it good. That sounds nice.
I think you would like Olean. I think he would like you. Cool. You carry on traveling deeper into the forest, but always keeping the Shadow Crags in sight. Sometimes, I think, Jassian, you'd probably notice this especially, trying to keep a hold of your bearings. Sometimes you kind of think the Shadow Crags are off to your left and you turn around and they're straight in front of you, but that wasn't where they were before, or maybe you've switched around, or your internal compass it feels like it's spinning. It's not quite calibrating right. And you haven't been in a forest this big before, but something feels strange. You all come across a river that flows, it's beautiful, clear, and then starts to just get darker, but not with mud, with what looks like ash and foam. And you follow it for a while and it gets dirtier and grottier. There were animals drinking out of it further upstream when it was clear, and the further down you get, there are fewer animals here, and there are a couple of... You pass a dead rabbit and a couple of dead field mice that looks like they attempted to drink their thirst away out of this, what just looks toxic now. You find a shallow place to cross the river where you can hop from stone to stone. And after another few hours of travel, you start seeing huts, clearly people-made buildings out of mostly wood and some stone. Just one or two here or there. And as they become more numerous, they also change in level. So some of them are situated in the trees with ropes hanging down, and then more of those with ladders and plankways across to other ones.
How many Ewoks are there?
Roll for Ewok. A couple of them are on the ground, kind of crushed next to a tree that looks like it rotted from the inside. And
It's unfortunate.
it doesn't look like anyone was hurt, but you see some of the supporting tree structures are beginning to decay. And you start to see people. They mostly what looks like druids, shifters, so they're wearing
Green leggings.
all of them, just every single one of them has green leggings on. They're wearing leathers and hides or cotton fabric, or some of them not much at all. Some of them have just the lightest hint of fur on them, and a couple of them just have feathers, or their eyes look a little different. One or two of them even have long tails, and just a myriad of creatures. You've known shifters in the cities before, but generally they tend to be more either like canine or feline.
They're like shapeshifters, right? Like
So shifters...
changelings, kind of?
Shifters are a race in Eberron. You don't have to roll for this. You'd all know.
Everyone knows these things, right?
Yeah, they're basically...
Lycanthrope light.
Yeah, the lore has it that somewhere in their lineage long ago, maybe someone was cursed with lycanthropy, but they themselves aren't affected by the full moon. And they can't fully shapeshift into animals. It's just very partial, so just small features of them, and then shift back into kind of human-like or elf-like or any of the races. Half-like.
Built-in fursuit transformation.
But not like the full fursuit, just the one.
Those anime characters with cat ears.
I'm starting to feel real uncomfortable.
There's a lot of scantily clad cat girls around here. I like this place. We should definitely stay here a bit longer. Right? Nudging Justin in the elbows a bit too hard. Just like, right, we should, right.
Looks like some kind of convention.
And there are also people here who don't have animalistic traits to them. You don't know if they're just shifters who are in their non-shifted form, or perhaps there are mixes of other races here that just live amongst them. They don't all seem druid-like. Occasionally you will see someone wearing maybe some metal armor, and it's not common, but here or there you see like a shield leaning against a tree and like a sword or two maybe sheathed, but most of them seem to be communing with nature in some way.
They more of your ranger folk?
I'm more like
Might pick up
Three's
some more
druid
left.
folk.
Well, yeah, but I don't think they can wear metal.
See what you mean? Yeah, they got some nice gears around here.
Might be able to continue your education.
Yeah, it look like they know the lay of the land.
Except when it's magical and twisting and going all wrong.
They did kind of drop the ball there.
I don't think there's much you can do about that unless you've got that background that lets you not get lost.
From what I understand, these folk, they had one job.
Yeah, maybe.
Don't want to point fingers. It's terrible what's happening here. But yeah, maybe we can help them.
Maybe. You've been quite nice so far.
Yeah, not bad.
Badger peels off from the group with taking the cart to what looks like a storage building, and people are kind of, they do watch you as you go past. You're
I wave. Hello.
I'll nod.
Yeah.
Hello.
A couple of small children wave at you, then dart behind a tree. One of them pokes their nose out and it shifts into a little canine snout, and they sniff at you and it shifts back again, and they...
You do just like huge toothy grins.
One of them squeals and runs away, the other one just starts laughing. I'll take you straight to Orlean
Much obliged.
if you want to meet him.
Please.
Rain leads you into a large clearing dotted with a few trees, and then just kind of ushers you in and steps back. Doesn't appear to be anyone there.
Just in here then. Okay. Go in.
Into the clearing.
Yeah.
I will follow, yeah.
Your person appears to be missing.
Maybe they're trees too.
Are there
They're
trees
all
here?
trees.
Where's a clearing with some trees?
Yeah.
Just as you say that, this large oak tree right in the center of the clearing starts to shift, and one of the roots comes out of the ground, and another one, and you look way up, and indeed there is a gigantic bipedal tree with a face at the very top that looks like it's carved into the wood, but quite expressive for a wooden carving, and it moves as the tree bends down slowly and looks at you three.
Hello. Are you Olean?
Greetings. I am Olean of the Wardens of the Wood. Welcome to our clearing.
Hello, fellow tree.
I think Jassian's jaw's just gonna drop.
Hello. And Olean's hand, viney, tree-like hand, but that sort of has fingers at the end. One of the branches comes down and it's a lot larger than yours, but sort of reaches out in greeting.
Yeah, I shake the tree hand.
It's kind of like holding onto a branch and just shaking. You are indeed. What a special one. What is your name?
I am 3.
Good to meet you, 3. You are new.
I am newly tree. Always tree, but only recently known. I don't. It's complicated. I'm a tree.
Long time listener, first time rider.
It's lovely to have guests here. I do apologize, it's under these dire circumstances.
Yeah, what happened to all of your keyring? Sounds like they gone messing.
The Kieran?
Yeah.
Just the one, the emissary of Ottaway. We haven't seen the Kieran. I've lost communion with Ottaway. There's something blocking us. And you do see, while he's not rotting, he does... I mean, you've never seen him before, you don't know what he should look like, but there are branches here and there that look similar to the ones that you saw earlier and not particularly healthy.
Are you always a tree, or is this a shapeshifty thing, like some druids can do?
Oh, this is my form. It has been since I was a seedling.
Can you shapeshift like lots of other druids can into something that won't rot? Short-term solution, I know, but like might help. I don't know.
Perhaps, but if it's my time, it's my time. But I would want to see this dilemma solved first, of course.
Well, it sounds like we might be able to help if it helps us get... Because we're going to a place that we can't really go, and you folks been really nice, so we might, try and repay the favour. Especially since it turns out you're related to 3.
Yes. My grandchild. Olean rubs his beard and a bunch of leaves just flutter down onto you.
We should have catch one.
You want to try Head and Shoulders for that dandruff?
Yeah, can I grab one of these leaves?
Yes.
That's neat. I'm going to keep one of those. Cool. I'm going to scrapbook that thing.
Press it.
Wow.
Nice.
Leaf of oleum, that's neat. Mm-hmm.
We would be honoured for your help. I normally live in Greenheart. I was here on visit when the Kieran disappeared, and I have not been able to make my way home.
Can we go to where the Kieran normally lives? Is that okay, if we're not druids?
You may, but we've sent multiple parties there. They always return empty-handed. If you think you have something more to offer, you're welcome to. Rain could take you. You seem acquainted already.
I'm just wondering if maybe all of you tree folk couldn't find something maybe some city folk could. Different perspective,
Smart.
If I may, Olean, that they suggested that perhaps someone here inadvertently, of course, has maybe angered the Kieran or Ottaway, and if that were the case, maybe they would appear to someone not of the Wardens. That would be distressing indeed, but not impossible, in which case perhaps you should not accompany them all the way there.
Mr. Olean, is there anything you can think of that we ought to do to properly show our respects to the Kieran if we do happen to find it? Just trying to, incur divine retribution this week.
I don't know if they'll take an offering, but the Kiren are known to value truth and honor and loyalty.
Oh, me too. No problem.
If we did indeed anger them, Arroway, I hope not, but perhaps if you brought the truth of our apologies, I hope that would be enough. I do worry, though, that something may have happened, but something powerful enough to capture or hold a Kirin. I would worry for your safety.
We were quite good at running away if things were bad, so... We escaped from hell the other day.
Oh,
You're
that
only
is
level
quite
1.
a feat. That sometimes that is the honorable path. Sometimes that is the selfless path, is to run.
Wasn't really too keen to stick around there much longer.
No. It was way too hot. Alright then. What time of day is it? We've been travelling long. to
Yeah,
get here?
it's quite late.
Yeah, alright. Well, maybe
definitely
we'll
dusk.
chill out here for a bit and set out tomorrow. You guys reckon?
Sounds good.
I like this plan.
Rain, if you could take them to see Stripe at some point, perhaps find them some appropriate lodging, and our home is your home.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you kindly. We accept it gratefully.
Whoa, the trees have buildings in them.
I don't recommend that for you. You're a beginner tree. Try not to house too many things for a while. Start small. Maybe a couple of spiders. Get some spiders if you want. It's a big responsibility. The spider isn't just for your birthday. It's for life.
I fully support a model of 3 in the future that's just got like a birdhouse built into the side.
Well, because now I'm imagining that you've been like infused with druidic magic. I'm imagining that you'll start growing.
Oh.
You kind of are growing already, right? There's a living thing in you, right?
Well, that was just when they touched and like instilled it. It like spread and like wove into them. But now I'm thinking like maybe they just like, if we look back in a year, they'll be like an inch taller or something.
Cool.
And Flack's like, why are these metal plates not lining up? They used to fit.
Everything's
If you
rusting.
think that anything she's done will last a year, it gets replaced monthly.
Cool.
There's like a cycle of like different bits, and like the legs maybe like they're pretty decent, but well, the leg that she made anyway.
Cool. Rain takes you to one of the houses that's on ground level and still standing. There's a few cots in there, nothing fancy, but they're surprisingly comfortable.
Do you have a bar here, or do you guys not do that kind of thing?
A bar.
Like a communal drinking place for intoxication and food.
Oh. Come with me. She ushers you out.
Nothing went wrong last time you went to the bar, right?
I still have a hangover.
Do you follow?
Yeah.
I'll go with.
Sure, let's not be lonely.
We haven't eaten all day, I guess.
I mean, you've got that cart of food that they were going to deliver to Grace they ended up taking back, so if there's like fruit and vegetables in there, and I think you had some rations with you, so
I had rations, yeah.
you can have eaten during the
I'm
day.
not sure if Mr. DeCivis would like goblin rations. I'm not sure if our...
I'd probably snack on some apples on the way. Yeah.
I don't know how compatible our digestive tracts are.
What are goblin rations?
I don't know. I'm still thinking about it.
I'm thinking
Grits.
like bugs.
I'm thinking a lot like a lot of it is like bugs, raw protein. Yeah, it's proteiny stuff. Like probably a lot of less cooked meat than most races will like.
Yeah, that's probably a red flag for me.
Yeah.
So those are your rations, which are meant to last a long time, that you carry around with you, and it's just raw meat.
They improve
Bugs
with
last
age.
a while.
Oh, yeah.
If you just carry around a box of live bugs.
Oh, that raw meat. Okay.
Oh, no, I did mean, like, beef and stuff, but that's for, like, it doesn't matter if it's a little bit off.
Jerky
They're
lasts
probably
quite
fine
a
for
while.
that.
Doesn't matter if it's a little bit alive.
Yeah.
It's still
Probably
good.
fine. I feel like goblins, you know how we have, like, the 5-second rule? They have the 5-day rule. It's only been on the floor for 5 days. It's probably fine.
Yum. Rain leads you to a part of the village that you haven't been to before, and there's a giant canvas yurt with people inside. You can hear some music. They swing the canvas door open, and inside there are a few tables lining the outside, and in the middle, instead of tables and chairs that you're used to, there are large soft sacks of hay, fantasy beanbags, sacks of beans as well, weirdly. Lining the walls are big ceramic pots. When you look inside, it looks like it's just water. Around the edges there are cups, again ceramic, a few of them glass, but mostly made out of pottery. And there are people in here. Notably, no children in this in this tent, and there are people lying around on these cushy fabric sacks, smoking. Some of them are smoking. Some of them are eating little cakes and things. This is where there are beverages and intoxication. Rain gestures.
Lovely.
Oh, y'all have a real nice setup here.
I don't see Stripe right now, but I'll introduce you tomorrow. I'm gonna go and check on Badger, but this your home is our home. Wait, the other way around.
But
If you want to visit, I don't think you'd like it in the cogs, though.
Surprise! We live with you now. Surprise, housemates.
anytime. If
that-
we ever get there.
Our home is also your home. And she leaves.
Cheers, my love.
Cheers.
Let's go get some drinks. Nice. Is it just like a... But we don't need to roleplay the bar scene. Unless there's a fun character you want to do.
Pretty much all the drinkable liquid in this room is water.
Nice.
You do finally find at the back of one of the tables behind a bunch of things a glass of wine. But the form of intoxication being partaken in this yurt seems not so much of the beverage variety.
Mostly smoke-based.
Yep.
She'll go for it.
Yeah, I'll give it a hint.
Cool.
When in Rome,
Yeah.
smoke what the Romans smoke.
Cool. You smoke whatever they're smoking. They just pass the pipes around. You feel pleasantly sleepy and just kind of in a good mood. Does 3...
I take the pipe, not sure what to do with it. So, like, mash it against the face hole a little bit. Just pass it along.
He's just like...
It doesn't really work.
In one ear, out the other.
The shifter next to you just smiles and takes the pipe off you and just gives you a pat on the back.
It was worth a try.
There's some things trees just can't do, I guess.
So if a tree smokes, is that cannibalism?
Whoa.
If a tree smokes
Holy
in the
crap.
forest and no one's around to have it passed to... I don't know.
Wow, that's pretty dark. Don't smoke me, bro.
It's all just nature, right? Yeah. We all just end up as worm food in the great cycle.
You're all the same, right? You know those bushes, right? Well, you can't just ask someone if they know those bushes. Oh, no.
Cool. You have a lovely evening. manage to find your way back to your hut.
I sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you all just sleep, or do any of you take watch?
Oh, wow. I feel like this is hardly the situation that warrants that.
Cool.
Gonna
Flack,
sleep.
Flack isn't bothered.
Yeah, I think Jesse and trusts these people.
Cool.
Oh, fair enough.
Sweet as. That's how the night goes. You'll wake up in the morning. The gentle sunlight filtering through the dappled trees and in through the windows, which here is just a hole in the wall. A nicely framed hole in the wall with some wood carving on it and a little eave over the top to keep out the rain, but there's no glass panel. It's just lovely draft filled room. The smell of cooking floats into the room. It smells delicious.
I head towards the food smells.
Cool. You find it quite quickly. There's a large cauldron in the middle of one of the clearings with just so much soup.
Nice.
Just potatoes, leeks, peas. I was going to say barley. Would you put barley in a soup? I don't really know what barley is. Barley bread for the soup. Yes, they're baking
What do you
bread.
make beer out of?
Yeah.
But as we know, people
Beer
learned
and
how to
bread.
make bread from a beer accident.
I
True story.
Cool.
Yes, in the human world, in real life, beer predates bread,
Sick.
which is hilarious. Cool.
Priorities.
Yeah, priorities. So they just hand you... Well, I think it's less priorities and more like how complicated bread is.
Yeah.
The shifters there, the druids, just hand you some bowls and some soup and greet you.
Much obliged.
Morning.
Any adverse effects from the substances imbibed last night, or is it just fine?
Nah, you feel fine.
I feel great.
I mean, your legs are sore from walking all day.
Yeah, grab a bowl and have a hearty meal. Delicious.
As you're eating your morning soup and bread, which is just hearty and incredibly filling and very tasteful, tasty. Both of them.
bread.
But it's just such an artisan bread. Oh, there's a hint of apricot with some oregano
Oregano in this? Very tasteful. Tasteful.
And you see a weathered looking person with just a shimmer of scales, green scales all across their skin, and they're completely bald with like a little kind of what looks like a tiny spike mohawk running down their scalp, and notably wearing some light leather armor but with some metal loops connecting the pieces in a belt with some metal buckles. They stand out a little bit from the rest of the crowd. They have a few scars and start filling up a bowl and kind of look over at you.
Give him the nod.
He comes over and sits down.
Howdy.
You three, Jassian,
That's me, yep.
and 3,
Hello.
and Flick.
Flack?
I see news travels
Nearly
fast.
3 for 3.
Rain told me you might be coming by this morning before heading out.
You Stripe.
Yes, that's me.
Howdy, Stripe.
Nice to meet you.
I'll shake Stripe's hand.
He shakes your hand as he takes a big slurp out of the bowl. Yeah, so need anything?
What you got?
Yeah, come by the workshop. Do you wanna walk and talk?
Sure.
Let's check it out.
You notice now as you stand there in the morning light, feeling the sunlight hit against the part of your body that's made out of wood and vines, it feels pleasant in a way that it hasn't before. There's something just nice, just a warm feeling about it that just makes you feel good. It's hard to place, but you've stood in the sun before. Obviously not most of your life, but recently, when you're out in the desert and stuff. But this, yeah. And you kind of noticed it a little bit yesterday as well as you were walking through the forest when you went through pools of light. Just something nice, something yummy about that. Yeah. But you're not eating.
I'm eating sunlight.
Yeah. You're starting to feel
All those
temperature.
little fingernails, remember?
Oh, yeah.
You couldn't feel the temperatures before, right? This is like your character arc. Didn't you stick your hand in like magma?
That was the thingamajig, the arm plate. It's not technically,
Not technically your arm.
but is also, I don't know. Where does the me end and the metal start? That's,
I think
That's
it's
the
where we
question.
put the sensors.
oh yeah, that makes sense.
We don't really want to put It's like humans don't have like nerves all along the ulna,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So it's like that equivalent. So you can just like quaddy chop. I said kawati. Oh, do a kawati chop. Oh.
Has 3 ever... Do you drink?
Probably not. I mean, I have this oil. I thought it was mainly just for lubricating joints.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Okay, cool. That was a question. Alright, so Stripe leads you into a little hut. This hut looks pretty. It's small. It's up like a kind of little wooden ramp, just off the ground, a few feet, and it looks quite small from the outside. But as you get in, it's still small, but packed to the brim with stuff. There's a shelf in particular that Stripe leads you over to. Anything here take your fancy? And Flack, you recognize quite quickly a series of tools. And I have a list here of what you can pick up if you want to. We've got... Well, I could read them through. I'm just going to hand it to you. If there's anything there that you're interested in. And there's other stuff in the store as well, like pots and pans, and this is the most metal you've seen. Heavy metal. This is the most metal you've seen since you left the desert.
Oh, cool. There's a calligraphy kit.
Cool. In addition to all that, there's like buckets and pots and pouches and vials. There's a barrel, a couple of backpacks, just like things. Notably, no weapons here. Some ropes.
Any hats?
There's a hat.
There's a hat?
Yeah.
A cowboy hat?
Yeah. There can
Awesome.
be a cowboy hat.
I'm gonna get a cowboy hat.
And there's another
My
hat
drawing
that's
is
like
correct.
made. There's another hat made out of straw. But the hat, there's a wide-brimmed hat made of leather.
Sick.
Looks a bit weathered, but like nice weathered, like rustic.
Well, my character arc's complete.
That's it. I'm gonna sunset Jassian now. I got the hat. We're done.
Is it like I forget what time of year it is. It's June. Is it like
July,
Is it like
midsummer.
normal? Is it like does that mean it's summer?
Yeah.
It's Corvair's in the northern hemisphere because you've got the poles up north.
I might get the straw hat then.
Okay, cool.
Oh, that's cute.
All right, you pick up a little straw hat. It doesn't quite sit on your ears. You'd need to like
nice.
just pull a little bit out of the sides to.
It's probably like her hair is so like rigid at this point. She just like angles it off of the hair, and it's just like so it just like wobbles in front of her. Keep her eyes safe because she has a lot of eye.
Does 3 want a hat?
I see the other two taking hats, and I feel left out, and I'm just gonna grab anything vaguely hat-shaped.
Nice.
We know there's a bucket. I can cut the front out of it.
You find a small pot and you put it on your head. Just a small metal cooking pot. It fits perfectly.
It slides on. It's like
That's so good.
It slips down in front of your eyes. You can't see anything.
There was something I wanted, but I can't remember.
Very fetching 3. Nice. What do we owe you for these supplies?
The 3 hats for supplies.
Are you taking anything else?
I want to take a calligrapher's kit.
Yeah, so you gather a calligrapher's kit.
Do you want wood carver so you can design on yourself?
That seems like it
Do
might
tattoos.
maybe hurt. I'm not sure.
That would be such a cool tattoo idea. You carve into your skin because you're made of wood. Oh, wow.
It's like scarification tattoo kind of thing.
I think you're a bit young for that. So you just picked 3 hats and a calligrapher's kit. Is that what you're getting? Yep. You don't
And
want
pretty
anything
much she'll grab some just random bits of junk just in case because she likes junk, but
Yeah.
Don't want
don't need to
the
specify anything.
the woodcarver's tools.
Well, no, like the disembodied voice of Dungeon Master said, you're probably a bit young for that. Well, wait until your next birthday, baby.
Alright.
Unless you really want to.
If you're indeed going to save the forest, this is the least I could do.
We're going to try, no promises.
Yeah, we'll do our best.
Stripe smiles a big toothy grin, and you see their teeth kind of come to points.
My smile will falter, but I'll be like, thanks.
Their little forked tongue flickers out just involuntarily, and they. Is that everything? Is that everything you need? I've got
Reckon.
we have. Well, you've got your cooking gear, and he gestures at you with the pot on your head. Tinderbox, anything. You're good.
Got a tinderbox. I don't really cook food.
All right. Well, yeah. If you want rations, I think Badger's the one to check in with about that. But
In all honesty, I could take more, but I wouldn't know how to use it.
How long a journey is it, do you know?
you're planning on going up to the highest peak where the Kirin.
Sounds like.
The Kirin lives.
Yeah, where Karen lives.
The Karen of the mountain.
She has gone to find the manager herself.
I don't want to go anymore.
Jessian gets cold feet.
Just so we know how much like rations we need and that.
I'd say I haven't been up there myself, but I'd say it's over a day. I suspect you'd be camping on the mountain face.
Ooh. Do you have any tents?
No, I don't personally, but I'm sure someone, maybe perhaps Badger, you could borrow their lean-to.
Right.
Ooh, is this going to be cliffs and lots of sharp, steep, mountainy climbs?
A bit of forest and trees lower down, and yeah, then cliffs. Sometimes there's snow on the top, but I don't think there is right now. It's a bit too hot for that.
Flack, I had this idea. You see these vines, they're like a little stretchy. We could like put a spring and maybe a hook on the end.
Oh yeah.
We could like get a cool
A little grapply bit.
a grapply bit. You think you could hook that up?
I could try. I don't think I got anything hook shaped right now.
I've got
Is there anything
this.
vaguely hook shaped in there?
And Stripe grabs a fishing pole with a tiny little hook on it for fishing. This is a hook.
Bigger one. Like and she makes like her like disproportionately large goblin fingers just like stretch out into a huge like grappling hook shape thing.
How big?
Looking for a grappling hook, basically.
How big a fish are you trying to catch?
No, like for grabbing into stuff and then pulling us up behind it, or pulling towards us. I don't know.
I don't. Well, they pull out like a little crowbar and try and bend it in their hands.
Oh, that'll be good.
Throw it behind them.
I pick it up.
I don't. this is the only hook I've got. They pull out a small bowl and rummage through it. It's got like stones and pebbles and a couple more fishing hooks.
Yeah.
One of them's a tiny bit bigger. Is this helpful?
No. Do you have any like just pot handles, anything like that?
They put their hand on Three's head and turn the pot around, and there's a handle sticking out now the front.
I just like pull it off. So I'm going to combine that with the crowbar. So it's like a little, like a long bit and a short bit. So it could like wedge into like crevices and get stuck. And I'll tie that up together with an extra rope. Because they had rope, right?
Yeah, there's
So
twine.
I'll grab that and an extra rope.
Lots of rope and twine, like pretty solid. Because you saw the ropes and rope ladders.
Yeah.
And the rope bridges. There's a lot of rope in this space.
A lot of rope.
A lot of rope.
I'm going to need more rope. Yes, I'll just grab a couple of lengths of rope and make a makeshift grappling hook.
Yeah. Stripes just
Don't have a
like,
spring
printing.
mechanism. We might have to get back to Sharon for that. Might need construction.
You can make do.
But like for now, you can still like
They throw it
throw
really
it.
hard.
Yeah.
Stripe pulls out what looks like a broken off top part of a grandfather clock and just rips the face of the clock off. And there's the inner workings of a clock. There's some gears. They're quite tiny. There's a very small spring.
So basically, if we get the spring from there, the fishing hook, and some string, we can make a proof of concept at a miniature scale to check it works. And you can play with that until we get the big one working.
Or, wait, pitch from the disembodied voice of the DM. You take wild shape and then you turn into a little rat and then you have a little rat.
Nice.
Grapple rat.
Or a little squirrel or
I
something.
love that. I love that so much. Yeah, so like I will make that little proof of concept one with the spring, just like ding, ding, ding. And then I'll make the bigger makeshift grappling hook as well. So add squirrel spring to your inventory. Something, I don't know.
Do we need to get Stripe to show us to this place?
So Olean said that Rain could take you.
Ah, sweet. Yeah.
And Rain would also have tent potentially and rations.
Yeah, I
Let's
mean,
go
if you
harass
wanna,
Rain.
you can pick up a tent from Badger. Yeah, they have that lean-to, but it's quite large, and you sort of need a cart to cart it around. But they have a smaller one that sort of rolls up and has it's not quite a tent pole, but some little kind of bits you can secure to a tree or a crag or something.
Or you can just
In
have
a
3
pinch.
stand still. Put it over. Flack definitely treats you semi like furniture sometimes.
Is
It's
that
like
consensual?
it's like polite. She'll ask and stuff, but it's just like it's probably a bit rude.
Can you just raise your arm there?
Yeah.
Leave it there for like an hour.
They don't mind. They'd say if they minded, wouldn't they? See, they don't mind. No chance to answer.
Cool. Let's grab that camping gear.
Yeah. You grab some camping gear.
Rations.
Some rations.
I should probably get an extra set of foot wraps because I'm going to start wearing through mine.
Wait, like instead of shoes?
Yeah, she's a goblin.
Foot
She doesn't like... You know, she's got like with Scrooge McDuck, kind of like
Rags for your feet.
boots for half things.
What's that for?
It's to protect the soft part
Uh,
in the middle, but because she's like super clawy,
Shoes
it's
won't
like
do.
it's like somewhere between sandals and just like wrapping, you know?
Oh.
I can't remember the word.
No, I've seen
Scrooge
it in
McDuck
Scrooge
says
McDuck.
it a lot in DuckTales.
And then I just always was like, that's a weird thing to put on your feet that just Scrooge McDuck does. But
No,
I
it's
guess
just
it makes
like,
a lot of sense.
it's just for like support and for soft bits because like
Wow.
I figure like her her hands are like, it's not quite claws, but it's like it's intense, like goblinoid callus as well.
Sharp enough that
So
you
it's
just rip
like
up a shoe.
Yeah, it's just sharp as fuck. And like then the heel callus is kind of similar, so it's like there is no point putting anything on the toes or the heel. It will destroy it. So it's just soft parts in between, up the ankles, support.
Ah, cool. I like
I
that.
figure. I don't know.
I want.
It's one of my go-to design choices for like half of the races that are like, you know, semi-bestial. I just think it's really cool looking.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I like that.
I go back to the well on character designs a lot. It's like, well, ain't broken, don't fix it. I like it. I'm gonna do
it. I want
like
it. What's it? I want it. I got it. Cool. All right. And y'all take off.
And is it just Rain coming with us?
Yep.
Was it Rain and Badger? Okay.
Just Rain, unless you want to ask Badger to tag along.
Just, like in case, like, because she's only coming up half the way, right?
Fair
Just in case.
point.
I was like, do you really want to be alone? After that point, I don't know if it's safe or not. Just
Yeah. Actually, I will take Badger with me. If they're free. They are free.
I have decided.
Yeah, good. Thank you. Thanks for looking out. No, you're right. In case you do end up spending some time up there, I don't want to be alone for too long.
Also, if we died, you'd be on your own on the way back as well.
Oh, is that likely?
I don't know.
Please don't.
I tend to try not to, but, you know.
Do our best.
I don't know nothing about these
Key ring.
key runs.
They sound pretty nice. Sure, we'll be fine.
Well, they're lovely. Normally, of course, we don't know if something's happened to them now. But we'll find out.
Not to worry, we have truth, honor, and loyalty on our side.
Also weapons.
That too.
And magic.
And a tree.
And a tree who is both magic and a weapon.
You just got all your bases covered.
What am I bringing to the table?
You're good at talking.
Thank you, I try.
She pats you on the shoulder.
I think it's the... Wait, what's your charisma?
Oh, like -1.
+1?
No. Plus is too high for me.
Oh, okay. I'm only +1, so I was going to say it's like not quite the lowest in the party, I guess, at least, but we're compared to a bard, so...
Cool. Off you go. As you head through the forest, again, it's a lot of the trees are old, rotting, breaking apart. Some of them look still pretty fresh, untouched by whatever this is. Yeah, you make your way through. There are animals here and there, but the forest is eerily quiet. And yeah, you make your way to the foot of the Shadow Crags and begin your trek upwards.
It's been a bit of a weird holiday, hasn't it?
Bunch of detours. Real round
It's
trip.
made of detours. And...
Yeah.
What did you even come to Sharn for? You just wanted to say hi?
Oh, yeah. Well, want to talk to you about 3, actually.
Oh.
You remember that dragon shard showed you about a year back? That was when you got to fixing up 3.
Yeah.
There were some schematics on that shard. Is this bringing up any memories for you?
Schematics. I think I remember asking about that. I think I used some of the things from there as inspiration for rebuilding.
Yeah, that's it.
So it's
And there
so
was some,
compatible, definitely.
Yeah, Mind Forged schematics, War Forged schematics, and some others that I ain't never seen before.
Oh.
And, I don't think it was too good. You know, I heard tell all kinds of weird creations getting used towards the end of the last war. And, since you were able to read it and all and make some sense of it, I came to find you so that you could tell me if there's anything to this chart. See, I can't really read it all, make sense of it. And I was hoping that you three, you could read it. Tell me what it's trying to say.
So between us, we've got, she gestures to herself, we've got practical, gestures to Jassian, we've got academic,
Yeah,
and gestures to 3, we've got lived knowledge.
yeah.
Got all 3
Experiential.
sides. Oh, I'm sure between the 3 of us we can deal with it. Is that in the bag you left at my house, though?
Oh.
Is that where it is, or is it on you? Do you got it on you?
Have I left it at her house in Sharn?
That's up to you. Did you have it when you went to the bar? Like,
yeah, I had it
'cause
because
you
I knew
didn't-
that they would be there and I wanted to show it to them. Yeah, I've got
so
it on
you
me.
still got it on
I
you.
still got it. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna no, I got it right here. So I'm gonna one sec. Rummage through the pack, pull it out, and I'm gonna show it to 3 and say, does this make any sense to you?
Oh, let me.
Interface.
It's a very nice rock.
Yeah, see how it kind of glimmers in the light? And if you hold it up, it can sort of project. You see that?
It's like binoculars.
It displays
But with
information.
informations.
Yeah, in response to your thoughts.
That was one of the first gadgets I made, actually, was for little kids, keeping them entertained. It was like a little set of binoculars, but it's just got pictures inside it, so you can look at ducks and that.
Yeah, same idea, pretty much. Different scale, maybe.
Probably a bit more impressive, yeah.
Not ringing any bells for you.
Yeah, what kind of check would that be? To, like, remember something you maybe don't remember?
Yeah, that's.
Get impression.
How do dragon shards work?
That's a big question.
Yeah, and this is also like a cryptic one that was like encoded. I'll take it back and say, all right, further investigation needed.
So the whole time you've been passing it to 3 and looking back, Flack's just been like... trying to grab it.
Dragon shards are translucent stones with pulsating veins of color within them. They can be found in various parts of Eberron, come in 3 distinct varieties varying in color, location, and use. Dragon shards are used to enhance the powers of a dragon mark in the creation of magic items, artifacts, or constructs. Dragon shards are important in many of the technologies used throughout the 5 nations. Yeah, and this one's kind of like a data stick, I guess. There's like coded information on it.
Yeah, she's gonna try and grab for it if you don't pass it to her, because she's
Yeah, I'll
very
pass it to
interested.
you.
She's like, grab your hands.
All right. Here you go.
It's just like when you like someone to get in the car and you start driving just as they get in. You're like, but you're like, hey, nah, you don't want it. Yeah, but you don't want it. So if she looks through it, it's like you look through it and you're seeing like with like sections of the thing, right?
Yeah.
I figure like it's part of like to actually use it properly, it would go in some kind of setup and there'd be light shone in it, and it's like a projector.
So
is
it's
how I'm
missing
imagining it.
some technology, like a reader.
This is Hayes out of character saying it.
Maybe. I don't know.
So like if Flack looks through it, she could see like it's like looking at like the film of a frame. You can see a couple of frames.
Yeah, just like that. Yeah.
Okay. So she's gonna do investigations on that.
Trying to read a microfiche
Yeah.
without the reader.
And that is a 19 total. Plus 7.
Mad. We solved it, Bodhi.
Yep. Game over. Thanks. I guess with that 19 investigation, her technical background, maybe she would be like, maybe it is like a projector thing and we need to find the right equipment to shine at right angles and reflect it so it all like projects out rather than just
Projector.
trying to look in where it gets all small. If it's all small inside,
I never
Maybe.
heard nothing like that. Back at the house, we use a lens, kind of zoom them in. But That sounds pretty good.
I think I don't have enough budget on me to make something like that, but like maybe we can make the small thing inside bigger outside.
You ever seen one of these projectors before?
I
Cool,
just
so
think it
with-
sounds like it might work. Maybe it's
Makes
it's real shiny and see through, right? So like if you get the right refractive index, I believe it's called, might be able to find something out.
Yeah.
Maybe not the whole thing, I don't know, but worth looking into when we get back. If we get back.
So the first thing that you pick up is this shard is magical. Magical is how you can feel it the moment you touch it. Dragon shards are they're relatively rare. Like, you know, you've probably seen them around occasionally. You know that they are used to run the lightning rails, and some of the airships are run by dragon shards. What you do know with the 19 is that there are different types of dragon shards, and the ones that you've seen the most of tend to be kind of rose or red or magenta color. This one is a deep blue with kind of a hint of like that kind of royal purple. The schematics that you can see, and they're sort of hard to make out. As you said, you probably need some sort of light source or mechanism. They're sort of etched in like quite a bright violet on the inside. That's all you really notice is kind of different about this one.
Interesting.
You do also know from your background that dragon shard dust is has quite a high value on the black market. The dragon shards retain their magical properties when you grind them down, and they're easier to smuggle in that form. But obviously, if you did that, you would lose the
Inscription. Really,
part of it.
Nice. Well, much obliged.
Yeah, we can definitely
Flat.
try making something when we get back to.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, where are
Delve
we going to
into it.
find a projector? And Justin's going to look around the mountain that they're halfway up and be like, damn it.
Well, I don't have the money to make like magnifying lenses for like, you know, microscopy stuff like you talked.
Yeah. Maybe we can get in with one of the other houses.
Well, no, I mean I don't have the budget to make one of them, but I can make something that makes light bigger, and then if we fit it through there, maybe find some shiny reflective stuff.
Like
We could like make our
hot-wiring
own kind of thing.
it. All right.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
like it'll be real like budget kind of thing, but you know it might work.
Cool.
Ultimately, we'd have to find the thing that it was made for and to and attuned to, probably. But
That's why I started this journey.
yeah,
Yeah.
where'd you find it?
the family.
you know. Where did they find it? Do you know?
Nah.
Worth sending a letter?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
I think you mentioned they were travellers, I guess, so like hopefully they remember. Otherwise it'd be a bit awkward, wouldn't it? And they might not have even found it at the same place as the thing were, so we can still try, it'll be fine, I'm sure it'll work out great. It'll be fine. And she'll hold on to it for a while, just like give it back.
Thank you.
The most valuable thing she's ever held in her life.
Most likely. As you hand it back, you notice that Badger and Rain are just kind of side-eyeing y'all with what looks like, can't really tell, like curiosity, concern, like something.
Have you guys ever heard of purple dragon shards? Do you know what they are?
No, we don't. Dragon shards, right? The ones that they power those. What are those? The
Lightning rail.
yeah, House Orion stuff, right? They use them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't really have those out here. I think they come from rocks, right?
Yeah.
There's not that many. Well, they pointed. Well, there's a lot up there. Maybe, do you want some more? Are you looking for More dragon shot.
Not actively,
it's
but like
alright.
it's always nice to have, I guess. I don't know. Just wondering. Never mind.
Well, I think this is as far as we're going to take you. If you want to do this alone, if indeed, I hope not. ROA hope not that we've offended them, but if so, perhaps you can
We'll give it our best shot.
find the Kirin and talk to them.
I'll shake their hands and say, hopefully we won't be gruesomely murdered.
Cool. One of them pulls you in for a hug.
Okay.
So stay safe.
Hug it out.
Pats you on the back. Badger grasps your shoulder, 3, and gives you a... Then just pulls you in for a hug as well. Do you hug as... Do you... They're asking if you want a hug too.
I love a hug with me.
Yeah, big hug.
They hug you. Your feet kind of dangle on the ground. As they...
The arms are like wide enough to go around with a hug, but it's because they're disproportionate and gangly.
Nice. Squeeze.
Cool. And so you leave the two of them to make your way up the mountain.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, shout outs to the Resetters
Yeah.
for a main podcast. Check out their podcast and hear about D&D and
I think it was episode 12 or 13, right?
yeah, episode 13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I listened to it. It was entertaining.
They were kind enough to have me on the show and hear my thoughts about D&D.
You bragged about my character. which
Yeah.
I'm very happy.
Yeah, so
Venix
some
from a
good
different game, but still.
snippets of stories and yeah, but the whole podcasts are really funny and cover a wide range of topics. Check it out, the Resetters.
I also liked that you freaked them out at the start by making a hoot noise.
That was good. Yeah. Surprisingly effective.
Like, who knew? Like, I guess the simple things still work.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. Just wanted to shout them out because they shouted us out. Cheers.
Dan and Devon.
Thanks, Dan and
D&D.
Devin. D&D for D&D. Woo!
Cheers.
Thanks, team. See you all next week.
GD.
Thanks, y'all, for listening. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Our intro music is Fern Music by Danny Bale. Our outro is Lurking in the Shadows by Scott Holmes Music. Our bridging music is New World Order by Shaolin Dub. To keep up to date with our releases, you can follow us on Twitter at uphill_rolling or on YouTube at uphill rolling. Till next time. You leave the two of them to make your way up the mountain.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.